Good morning, boys and girls. This is Mr. Cook on Thursday, December 3rd, and today we're going to be using a number line to add. So kind of like what we just did the other day, we are still going to be using the count on method, but in a different kind of way because we're going to use our number lines that we have in class. So we're going to use a number line to add 5 plus 3 here on the bottom. Now what you need to do is you need to find the number 5, and then you need to make sure that you're adding. So one thing I like to do is when I do this, I need to count 3, but one way that I can check my counting is to go back and check how many bumps I have right here, kind of like a camel's back. So what I want to do is I want to count 1, 2, and 3 bumps on that one. Because what happens sometimes is when we go to add, we go 1, 2, 3. A lot of people start counting 1 on the number that you start on, which you're not supposed to do, because if you go back and count the humps, you only have 1 and 2 of them. So remember, when you are adding, you start at the number and then you count 1 as you're going up, 2, and then 3, just like that. And then we find our answer. 5 plus 3 is going to be 8, because that's the one that we landed on. So like I just said, make sure that when you are adding, you are starting with your number, counting up that number, and double checking your work by counting how many bumps you have left right there. So if this was 4 plus 3, you're going to count 1, 2, and then 3. And as you can see, they already labeled it for me, showing that there's 1, 2, and 3 bumps right there to show me that I actually added 3 onto that one. So this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to choose a number 1 from 8, and we're going to go on the number line, and we're going to draw a point on that number line. Then we're going to do a little addition thing by adding 4 to that number. So how about we just start with this? Let's start with 3. And we're going to add 4. So I start with the number 3. I'm going to be adding 4. So we're going to see what my answer is here. So I'm going to jump up 1, 2, 3, and then 4. My answer should be 7, but I want to double check to make sure that I actually have 4 bumps here, showing me that I added 4 on my number line. So I'm going to go back and count 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that worked out perfect. One thing that I've been seeing in the past couple of years, boys and girls, is that if we don't keep these number lines nice and neat, we're going to have a little bit of an issue. Because what happens is if you go like super big ones like this, and then get really messy, you might not get the right answer because you're not staying within the lines and you're not doing it the right way, because we like to keep things nice and neat during math. Little bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really control your pencil to hit those lines every single time so you don't get all confused on those ones. So let's practice here a little bit. We're going to use the number lines to add, and we're going to show our work, and we're going to write the sum right over here. So this one says 6 plus 2. Now remember, we can just do it an add-on or counting on strategy here by just grabbing the number 2 and counting, or I'm sorry, grabbing the number 6 because that's the bigger number, and then counting up 2. But let's use the number line here. So we're going to start on the number 6, and we're going to jump up 2. So we're going to go 1 and then 2. And it should be 8 if I had counted 1 and then 2 bumps right there, which I did. So 6 plus 2 is going to be 8. I could also use the count on method that we just learned by going 6 and counting on 2 spaces, which would be 7, 8. So 6 plus 2 equals 8. Let's do one more here on the bottom. So we're going to actually go to this one right here. We're going to do number 3. Now, a couple things that we learned the other day was that you always wanted to grab the bigger number. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to do this one 2 different ways. So first we're going to start with 1. And then we're going to add 4 to it. So I'm going to jump up 4 on my number line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus 4 should equal 5. So let's count our bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now what we learned the other day is even in addition, the cool thing about it is that you can actually start with either number that you want. So you can start with either 1 plus 4, or you can do its flip-flop and do 4 plus 1, because it's the same exact thing. Because we won't always grab the bigger number to make it easier on all of us. So if you wanted to, and I don't want to confuse you, 1 plus 4 could also flip-flop into 4 plus 1. So if you wanted to make it a little easier on the number line, you could also go over here. Go 4 and jump up 1. Kind of like our count on method that we had. That's 1 bump, and that's the same exact answer that we have for that one. So, students at home, you're going to continue working on pages 223 to 226. If you guys want a little bit of a challenge today and you want to push yourselves, become awesome mathematicians, you can also do pages 227 to 228. Boys and girls, we can do this one in class, but you guys are ready to go. Have a great day. Good luck.